What's going on, everyone? Lolit here. Today, Blockfi released all the information on their latest product, the Blockfi credit card. You get 1.5% not cash back, but actual cryptocurrency back on all your purchases in Bitcoin. Although you get this cryptocurrency on every purchase, it does come with an annual fee. So we'll be looking into the math behind it to run the numbers and see what these break-even points are to see when it makes sense to get the Blockfi credit card or not. And just a quick couple things before we get into it, and they're not just to smash and subscribe, but one is that Gemini actually has their own similar product where you can earn cryptocurrency on their credit card, so details over here. And second is, I truly hope you're having a good day. And if you're not, I guarantee you it's gonna be okay. And it's gonna be okay because we're gonna go over all the details of the Blockfi credit card, and it's gonna be okay. So with that, we'll get straight into it. All right, let's do it. So the way this card works is simple. After applying and being approved, you'll receive a credit limit in USD. You can spend this limit each month, pay the statement balance on time, you won't be charged any interest on the balance. For every transaction that you make on the card, 1.5% cashback will accrue and then automatically be converted to Bitcoin and placed into your Blockfi account on a regular monthly cycle. And yes, the card is metal, and we hope you love the sleek design as much as we do. You have a sign-up bonus of $250 in Bitcoin after spending $3,000 or more in the first 3 months. And there's an annual fee of $200. And after launching this product, aka coming up very soon, we plan to add more features and offer more over time, including new benefits, both on and off Blockfi's platform. Some of the benefits they talk about is that it's the first credit card in the crypto ecosystem and the first time the Bitcoin logo has been featured prominently on a physical card. The 1.5% rate is the highest Bitcoin rewards rate available for any card product in the market and accrues with every purchase. The $250 bonus in Bitcoin returns $50 in Bitcoin above the $200 annual fee after spending $3,000 or more in the first 3 months. And a point about how credit is better than debit in terms of having numerous benefits, including better purchase protections, greater reward rates, and opportunities for building credit. I like this point over here where they say, additionally, we hope it helps expose more people to Bitcoin and ultimately creates more Bitcoin owners. And at this time, it's initially going to be available in the US, but they encourage folks to join the waiting list. They say we'd like to thank our partners, Visa, Evolve Bank, and Deserve. And if Evolve Bank looks familiar, it's because they're involved with Yada Savings. So just a little tidbit over there. Moving on to the latest and greatest information. So right here, I'm on the wait list. I'm 69,206 out of 112K plus folks. And over here, I'm going to put this down in the comments below. So basically, do use it if you haven't joined the waitlist already. It helps me push it up front. And if I do get approved for this card, I will make an unboxing video. Spend credit, earn Bitcoin. Some of the facts that we already know on screen. But over here, now we know that, hey, it's a Visa credit card, so more acceptability than not in general. And they try to boast again about it being metal than plastic, so there's that. All right, now we get into the real details. So bonus Bitcoin rewards only from Blockfi. So starting off, you got that $250 in Bitcoin as a sign-up bonus, spending 3K or more in the first 3 months. The next, you got 3.5% Bitcoin rewards on all purchases in months 4 to 6 of card ownership, up to $100 in Bitcoin. So it's more tiered than not to make you stay with the card longer than just getting the sign-up bonus and canceling. Next, you got 2% extra APY on your average daily stablecoin balance paid in Bitcoin up to $200. And finally, 0.25% back in Bitcoin on all eligible trades up to a maximum of $500 in Bitcoin each month. And finally, you get $30 in Bitcoin for every client referral, assuming you're on top of the base Refer a Friend program. We'll be going over the math portion right after covering some of these FAQs. So starting off, when will Blockfi Bitcoin Rewards credit card be available? So high level, spring of 2021, and only to certain US residents, aka in qualified states. And basically in New York, if you're a New York resident, you're not able to actually use Blockfi. And so that's another little angle to consider, but things may change. Is there a sign-up bonus? We've covered it a couple times, but it's here on screen. When are the Bitcoin rewards paid out? Bitcoin rewards are paid out on a regular monthly cycle into your Blockfi account, where they will accrue monthly interest. And when I see regular monthly cycle, I'm assuming that basically it's an end of year statement date and essentially that date, which could be different for everyone depending on when they get approved for the credit card. How does the waitlist work? Basically now it's open to the general public, but before it was actually for Blockfi customers only. And so there's that actual special link So if you use that, then I get bumped up ahead in line, and then if you have that link and you share it, you'll get ahead in line, etc., etc. How can I improve my position on the waitlist? We just went over some information on how to, and there's a little more right here on screen. And where can I learn more about the card benefits? So there's a recent blog post which outlines how all the card benefits work. Okay, so coming to the math portion, there are a few features of the Blockfi credit card, and you can actually take more advantage of them, depending on how you actually utilize the card and what features of Blockfi you have as well. So I made some assumptions over here, but let's walk through it. And depending on your situation, it could actually be easier and make more sense for you to actually have the Blockfi credit card than not. So at a high level, when you first get the card, if you spend $3,000 in the first 3 months, basically you're going to get that sign-up bonus of $250, BTC cashback, aka 1.5% of that 3K, and you'll be getting $295 in the first 3 months. And then over here, what this is saying is in the next 4 to 6 months, aka the 4th to the 6th month, based over here, basically you'll be getting 3.5% in Bitcoin rewards. And that's at a maximum of $100 in Bitcoin. So doing that math, basically this 2858 number is essentially taking $100 divided by 3.5%, and that's how you get this. And so you get $100 over here, and more than that, you'll be getting first year and onwards. Basically, there's an annual fee of negative $250, which I just put in. So in the first year as a whole, you'll be getting $145 in value at that time of Bitcoin. And the big assumption here is that Bitcoin just kind of stays stable in this assumption, where at the time of this recording, it's around $50,000. And so if it were to go to 100K, then this number would change based on Bitcoin price and how you value it. The 3 other benefits over here, this 2% APY on your average daily stablecoin balance paid in Bitcoin up to 200, regardless of what BlockFi pays you, basically the 2%, if you do the math, up to 200 divided by 2% is going to be $4,000 worth of basically stablecoin value. And so if you have $4,000 in there, then 2% of that is $200. So if you have more than that, you don't get any extra bonus by having a credit card, but having less than that, it's still okay because you're getting up to that $200 in value by having the credit card. Another point is basically that if you're keeping $4,000 or more in stablecoin, then basically the APY is going to take care of your annual fee every single year, or kind of like break even if you don't even spend anything on the card whatsoever. And that bonus of 2%, it's in addition to what you're already going to be earning. In terms of what you could be earning stablecoin wise, if you have GUSD, you're looking at 8.6%, USDT 9.3%. So net, it's quite lucrative than not staying with BlockFi and then having the credit card and getting that extra 2%, which definitely negates that annual fee depending on how much you have in BlockFi overall. Not too long ago, there's a blog post that they were mentioning with more details of everything you got to know about the credit card. And they show a table/matrix over here, and I just want to point out something that could be a little misleading. So feel free to pause on this table, but what I wanted to point out over here is there are some hypothetical numbers and their scenarios that are given, and at a high level, this annual Bitcoin bonus. I saw $250 here and $250 here, and it said annual bonus, so I was confusing this with basically the fact that if you spend 3K in the first 3 months, you'll be getting the sign-up bonus, but why would you get this annual Bitcoin bonus? And the reason for that is this number, this monthly spend of 1667. And mathematically, when you do that math, you'll actually be getting $250. But this annual Bitcoin bonus is nothing but your spend multiplier. And that's basically what you're going to get. But this assumption of spending 1667, for some folks, maybe that's reasonable. For some, it's not. And in the end, depending on your credit card optimization strategy, maybe you're not putting all your spend on this credit card. Maybe it's a part of kind of the whole piece of the pie of how you allocate your spend to get the maximum cashback or points or miles or cryptocurrency in this situation. So I think that's a good note to end on. So folks, we'll see you soon enough. And with that, you know how it is.